It was a dark and stormy night. Rain lashed against the windows of Mia's old house. Inside, Mia, Lucas, and Ben were playing board games. The wind howled outside. Suddenly, a strange noise echoed from the ceiling. It was a thump. Then, a dragging sound.
What was that?
Lucas asked, his eyes wide. Mia shivered.
I don't know, it came from the attic.
Ben, the bravest of the three, jumped up.
Let's go see,
He exclaimed. Mia hesitated. The attic was dark and mysterious. But Lucas was already on his feet, his curiosity piqued. The children tiptoed towards the attic door. Each step creaked with suspense. Mia's heart pounded in her chest. Lucas gripped his flashlight, his knuckles white. Ben, trying to appear brave, whistled a shaky tune. Mia pushed the attic door open. Dust swirled in the beam of their flashlights. Cobwebs hung from every corner. The air was thick with the smell of old wood and forgotten things.
Whoa.
Lucas breathed, his voice hushed.
spooky.
Ben added, a slight tremor in his voice. They took a hesitant step inside, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. The attic was a treasure trove of forgotten memories. Old furniture loomed in the shadows, draped in dusty sheets. Boxes overflowed with yellowed photographs and antique toys. And in the center of the room, bathed in a beam of moonlight from the grimy window, sat a large wooden chest.
Look!
Mia exclaimed, pointing her flashlight at the chest. It was ornately carved with strange symbols and bound with a heavy iron lock. The lock had a combination dial, but the numbers were faded with age.
I bet there's treasure inside.
Ben whispered excitedly.
But how do we open it?
Lucas asked, examining the lock.
We need the combination.
The children searched the attic for clues. They dug through dusty boxes and peered under furniture. Cobwebs clung to their hair like ghostly fingers.
I found something!
Mia called out. She was holding a dusty, leather-bound book. It was a diary, its pages filled with faded ink. Mia blew off the dust and read aloud.
The first number lies where the sun greets the day, hidden in plain sight but often overlooked.
What does that mean?
Ben asked, scratching his head. Lucas thought for a moment.
The sun greets the day in the east. Maybe the clue is telling us to look east.
The children raced downstairs, their flashlights bouncing with each step.
They stopped in the living room.
East, Mia muttered, looking around.
Her gaze fell on the grandfather clock in the corner. It was old and ornate, its pendulum swinging slowly.
The clock, she exclaimed. It faces east.
They crowded around the clock, searching for a clue.
On the back of the clock, they found a small engraved riddle. I have 2 hands but cannot clap. I tell the time but have no lap. What am I? Easy, Ben shouted. A clock!
But as he peered closer, he saw a small number etched beside the riddle. 4.
4. That has to be the first number.
They continued their search, their excitement growing. The next clue they discovered was hidden in the kitchen. It was a message, cleverly concealed on the back of a framed photograph.
The second number is the sum of the birds that sing at dawn. Birds? How are we supposed to count birds in the middle of the night?
Just then, a gust of wind rattled the windows. On the windowsill, a small music box began to play a cheerful tune. It was a melody Mia recognized.
It's the song 3 Blind Mice.
3 blind mice. 3. The second number is 3.
Now they only needed the final number to unlock the chest. They searched high and low, but the last clue proved elusive. Discouraged, they slumped onto the living room floor. The storm raged outside and the wind howled like a hungry wolf.
The attic! We didn't check the chest itself.
They raced back to the attic, their hearts pounding. They huddled around the chest, their flashlights illuminating the intricate carvings.
Look, there's something carved on the side.
There, etched into the wood, was one final riddle.
I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I?
A map.
And beside the riddle, etched into the wood, was the final number 1. With trembling hands, Lucas entered the combination 431. The lock clicked open with a heavy thud. Mia lifted the heavy lid of the chest. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, lay a rolled-up parchment tied with a ribbon.
A treasure map!
The map was old and fragile, its edges worn thin. It depicted a winding path through dense forests, over towering mountains, and across sparkling seas. At the end of the path, marked with a bright red X, was a single word: adventure. The children huddled together, their faces illuminated by the warm glow of the flashlight. The storm outside had subsided, and the only sound was the gentle creaking of the old house.
Wow.
Lucas breathed, his voice filled with awe. Mia traced her fingers over the map, her heart racing with anticipation.
Where do you think it leads?
Only one way to find out. We'll have to wait for the next full moon.
The children shared a knowing look. Their mysterious attic adventure was only the beginning.